I just told my Uber driver everything I was supposed to tell you guys on the way here. I'll repeat it. He was like, what's the club? 10 years? 10 years? That must have, like, even, he's like, I'm 50, but clubs used to last 3 years. And I was like, I know. All right, let's start again. My name's Scooter, and I was one of the first promoters that Next had enlisted. Yeah, opening night, Scooter's List was existing. And for DAL, probably a couple of years before that as well, there was a couple other clubs called Goo and Switch. Like Goo, kind of like everybody's feeling now about Next. Goo kind of went out a similar way. It was super popular for a really, really long time. And then slowly something about the culture changed, and that giant venue that Goo was in before couldn't really accommodate the type of night. And there was a move to take on a new type of alternative crowd. We needed to adapt to that, I guess, and Ben Turnbull, it was their idea. They spearheaded a new club here called Next, and we all sort of, as the original promoter team, got an invite to come and check out the new place and see how we felt about it. It was scary, but the first night was epic. Like, it was ridiculous. It was amazing. Like, just everybody came out. Everybody came out. The people that stopped going to Goo came to Next to check it out. And it was a real big change in Thursdays again. Next was like, oh, we got a punk room and a metal room. And everyone was like, oh, fuck. That's mad. The party room was all like glam rock and David Bowie and The Cure and The Clash, and you could hear the Ramones up here, and then you could hear Cyndi Lauper, and then, like, I don't know, whatever 2005's equivalent of Chris Brown was. Like, you could hear all of those things. Nelly! It was fully Nelly. Yeah, it was Nelly. And it was mad. And this wasn't a smoking area. It had a roof. But you fully smoked in it because that was the law back then. It was fucked. There'd be a series of nights that for some reason the whole collective, everybody was just, we're all on the same vibe that night. And it was, there could have been 1,200 people for like, or like 1,900 people that night. Kiss Chasey played it with a circus theme. That was fucking mad. Or like the Soundwave pre-parties are always chockers because people come from interstate and they've heard about this place. Next isn't just like a punk club or a metal club or an alternative club. It was a party club that alternative kids felt welcome. It was just a silly little title that everyone was giving to. I like this kind of music, but we're all the same type of people. And then when, like, we say mainstream people, or like regular types of people would come, like, they weren't ostracized. They were often welcome. Like, what are you doing here? You don't obviously go here often because you're wearing those clothes. Let's talk about it. And then we'd end up having drinks and then party, and then they would bring friends, and then we've got these little pockets of like real, like, not punk kids or not metal kids that just come here because the people are awesome. I brought a friend here and he said, your people are amazing. I said, what do you mean by my people? He said, everyone that I've ever met through you is a fucking legend. And I was like, why? And they're like, because they just don't judge you straight away. It's just like, oh, what do you do? Oh, you dig holes, rad. What do you do? You're a doctor. No worries. Like, everyone's just welcome here. Remember that, and also remember that like all we wanted to do was do sick parties, and that's what we did for a really long time. And sometimes they weren't so sick, but other times they were like way sicker than we thought they were gonna be. And then other times, like, you know, they weren't so sick again. But then other times again, they were even better. So it just, all we wanted to do was not have to work a shit job. And that's what we did for ages. We put on parties. And it just, the heads up for those playing at home, it was fucking hard sometimes. Like, it was so hard sometimes. But, like, we put on parties for a job. Next put on parties for a job. And it influenced Melbourne drastically, I think. I think that this is a part of Melbourne that it's not going to exist now. And new kids aren't going to get it. Like, it was just this 10 years. And the people that came for the first 3 years don't get the people that are here now. That's how different it is, but it's the same place.